Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedule and meeting us today for this IOP meeting. I am Ms. Garza, the principal of the school. My role in this meeting is to facilitate the meeting as well as answer any questions you may have of your child. Before we begin this meeting, I would like for everyone to introduce themselves.
I am Marlene's parent. I look forward to this meeting in order to best help my child.
I am Ms. Navares, your child's special education teacher. I work with your child for 2 hours, 5 days of the week.
I am Ms. Lopez, your child's educational diagnostician. I serve as advocate, mediator, advisor, and all-around supporter to not only your child, but to you and the faculty as well. I will be taking notes during this
I am Ms. Otuno, your child's speech therapist. I'll be working with your child 3 days out of the week to help develop her speaking skills.
I am Ms. Valles, your child's general ed teacher. I have the privilege to work with her in my classroom.
Now that we have all been introduced, we can go ahead and start. We want to discuss Marilyn's autism and how we plan to develop her academic skills to match her grade level of understanding. She comprehends academic information in lower level, but with time she will be at the same level depending on the grade she retains. The purpose of this meeting is an annual IEP meeting for Marilyn. We will review Marilyn's present levels of performance, which includes assessment goals, strengths and weaknesses, and concerns we may have, progress towards goals, proposed goals, placement options, and services needed to access the educational program. Our focus will be always having a safe environment, not only for your child, but for every individual in this school. Marilyn is a bright girl who with discipline completes the tasks given to her. The Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990 reinforces our expectations within our school environment that discrimination will not be tolerated. Your child is in a stress-free environment with the goal to help her develop her skills. Before we go any further, are there any limitations on you?
I only have 45 minutes due to having a doctor's appointment.
No worries, this meeting will be done by that time or even before that. We will begin by talking about Marilyn's present level of academic performance. Marilyn is a first grade student who is working with a learning disability of autism. She is excelling in math, social studies, science, but is having problem with reading and grammar. Although she is in first grade, she is functioning at a kindergarten level of comprehension and reading. She has been in special education since last year due to last year being her first year in school. She has trouble doing activities using her fine motor skills such as writing, as well as trouble communicating her thoughts due to speech problems. She is not able to read full sentences or stories on her own. Marilyn is able to spell out certain words and recognize the sounds of letters and numbers. She is also able to comprehend short stories. In order to accommodate her speech and comprehension problems, Marilyn will be assigned to see a speech therapist as well when reading. She will have an audiobook playing while she follows the book. She will accommodate her fine motor skills by using assistive devices such as personal grips and various types of writing attendants.
When will she be seeing the speech therapist? Will I have to take her to a certain place or will it be done in school? How long will she be in therapy? I think it's a great idea and I really like the accommodations for her fine motor skills. It is something I will keep in my mind.
She will be meeting with me during school hours, three days out of the week for 45 minutes. It will be one-on-one, so she will have my full attention and no distractions. We will start with the basic element of speech and process depending on her development of skills.
If there is no further questions about Marilyn's academic performance, we will now talk about Marilyn's success in class and areas need to improve on. The general education teacher will inform you now.
Due to her speech disorder, Marilyn is not able to have a conversation with her classmates. She only makes sounds and signals the items she wants or needs. When Marilyn wants something but people do not understand her or doesn't get her way, she starts crying and making a fuss. Her autism affects her social development due to not being able to interact with her classmates. She doesn't know how to work cooperatively with others. In order to accommodate Marilyn and ensure her collaboration success in the classroom, she will be assigned a peer buddy. This peer will help her with transition in daily work and activities as well as communicating with others in the classroom. This will ensure that Marilyn feels confident in speaking to others and that somebody understands her which will reduce her frustration. With her peer buddy, they will engage in turn-taking conversations with other pairs of students in which Marilyn would take charge of. She will lead the conversation with support of her peer, and they will do this 4 times a day. They will also create comic strips in which they will have conversations to improve nonverbal communication. Marilyn is able to repeat words spoken to her as well as understand when being told to do or get something. She is able to understand nonverbal cues as well as use them for communicating.
Marilyn did meet about 50% of her class goals for last year, but she didn't meet with the other 50%, which are, as we mentioned earlier, comprehension, reading, writing, and communication, which she currently stands at a kindergarten level, and this of course is affecting her grade and our goal is to improve her grades. To help Marilyn improve academically as well as socially, we did accommodations with the speech therapist and peer buddy to help improve the goals she was not able to meet last year. These accommodations are going to help her with the goals we have created. We have short-term goals and future goals. The short-term goals will eventually help her reach her future goals. I've explained a few details about the goals and what the purpose of the goal is. Now, if there are no questions, I would like to show and explain to you what Marilyn's short-term and future goals would be. If you look at your packet that we have given you, it contains Marilyn's IEP. Here we have written in detail Marilyn's strengths and weaknesses and how her strengths will be used to help her meet her goals. Now, we see the first area of weakness in reading and comprehension, and we mentioned that Marilyn is not able to read full sentences on her own. We established a future goal which states that Marilyn will be able to read sentences on her own by the end of 6 weeks. However, to meet this goal, we established shorter goals where Marilyn can use her strengths to accomplish short-term goals. If you look at her IEP, Marilyn is able to understand short stories. So with the help of short passages, Marilyn will demonstrate understanding of the directionality of print for 30 minutes every 2 days. We have created 3 annual goals for her skill area of reading and comprehension, and for each annual goal, we have created 2 short-term goals, as well as for her social skills. We have set up 3 annual goals and 2 short-term goals, which are written in detail in her IEP. If there are no more questions on her future goals and present goals, we'll go over Marilyn's test scores and future testing.
Marilyn's test scores for this past 6 weeks was 75%. Our goal for Marilyn in the next 6 weeks is to see her improve her test score, and our long-term goal for this school year is for Marilyn to reach her grade level in comprehension and reading. The goal is to Marilyn to improve and to an upper grade letter and prepare her for the exam she will encounter in 2nd grade. In 2nd grade, she would be administered the Texas English Language Proficiency Assessment System, which is a TELPAS, and a practice test of the State of Texas Assessment of Academic Readiness, which is a START test. Her progress has been recorded through anecdotal notes, and our goal is to prepare Marilyn for the upcoming school year and assist her in developing her comprehension and reading skills. In reading, we would like for Marilyn to recognize sight words and improve her communication skills.
As we reach the end of IEP meeting, I would like to discuss the notes I took to summarize everything we discussed. So I noticed that Marilyn's issues are mainly on her fine motor skills and reading skills. But with the help of all of you, she will improve by doing different activities with her special education teacher, speech therapist, and general teacher as well. She has made a lot of progress even though she's only been in the program for a year. I believe she will accomplish all of the annual goals proposed. Her reading skills is something she can practice at home as well.
How can I help her at home to improve her reading skills?
Preparing flashcards with sight words is a great first step to improve her reading skills. Going over these words on an everyday basis will help her read full sentences fluently. You can group words using different colors index cards and do a certain color group every day. Say the words out loud and have her repeat after you, as well as explaining the meaning of the sight words. Take the time before going to bed to read short or long stories with her. Use your index fingers as you read so she learns to follow along. Pronounce words slowly and have her repeat words. Sorry, she may not understand. Use turn taking when reading these stories to keep her focused.
As she gets older, how would
So you might be wondering how she will be tested in future state exams and how as she gets older, but Ms. Nevares will be telling you how she's going to be tested.
She will be testing in familiar environments with minimized distractions that will decrease stress. She will also be allowed extra time to complete her exams. Directions in standardized tests can be lengthy and confusing. Therefore, they will be shortened and be explained through an auditory tool such as a voice recorder or be read out loud by the test administrator.
So if you don't have any more questions or concerns, this concludes our meeting. But if after the meeting you have any questions, don't hesitate to call us.
thank you?
Thank you.
Thank you.